14 laps Superbike feature race on the program. On pole, Mitchell Rees. Next to him, Alistair Hugenbosom, and then we go to the second of the Team Rees racing bikes, and that is Tony Rees. And outside of row number one, Scotty Moyle. We're in the starters' hands now. The lights are on and ready to go, and they're out now, and we're away. And a great start from our whole front row. Tony Rees gets a great start from position number 3. Is he going to be close enough to try and break into turn 1? I think the answer is yes. We've got him there. Al Hoogie is in second place on that Eltham Window Systems JCR Yamaha, and he already argues straight into first, so look out. Alistair Hugenbosom, he wants to finish this championship on a high, and right now he leads ahead of Tony Rees. Then go back to Mitchell Rees in third place. Scott Moyer is there in fourth. We've got Zach Fuller and Dave Sharp. They had some great battles here this morning in that 8-lap thriller, so here we go. With this one here, it's going to be a massive 14 laps is all on. There's some pretty hot temperature in that sun in the track as well. So 14 laps on these tyres is going to be pretty interesting to say the least. So look out, Alistair Hugenbosom has had only the one win so far in this campaign. He would love to finish this on a high. He's just been absolutely phenomenal. Some of the battles with Mitch Rees in this season have just been breathtaking, and this will be pretty special. If the likeable young man, Al Hoogie, a former Supersport 600 champion, a former Superbike champion, and he's also won a couple of championships on 125 as well. So he's out in front. The legendary Tony Rees in second place. Son Mitch there next to him. So they're side by side as a Team Rees Honda 2-3 at the moment. And Scott Moyer. Can Scott get on the podium? He got a podium at Ruapuna in round number 3. Can he get back on the podium? Only one podium so far for this man. Can he try and double that here in the final race of our New Zealand Superbike Championships? It's Alistair Hugenbosom ahead of Mitchell Rees, who's now up only 6 tenths ahead of Dad Tony in third. Scott Moyer. Then go Dave Sharp's got himself up into 5th place. Can Dave hang on to 5th there? And that'll go a long way towards locking away a quality 3 NZ on the cards here for Dave Sharp. We've got Zach Fuller and Craig Coolham with Graham the Mud Jarrett there. A quality 8th place for Mud. Go Mud, and we give him a shout out here this morning, but I want to give him another big shout out because this man here in Superbike B has done every single race this weekend, every single round this summer, even did the Burtman Road Challenge, and so absolutely fantastic to have Mud out there on the roadkill racing machine. Just one of our many wonderful characters in our Superbike paddock. 8 races out there, but this racing is going to be absolutely phenomenal as we've got the showdown we've all been looking for. Mitchell Rees and Alistair Hugenbosom, they are 1 and 2 and flying. We saw the first flying lap at 1:30.6 from Alistair Hugenbosom. He's not mucking around. He would love to finish this series on a high, Neil, and he's out there in the front at the moment.
Well, we went and got those points just to have a look at, folks. Yes, there's been 20 different Superbike riders. That excludes Superbike B as well. So, you know, people like Johnny Lewis and Heath Boddicker and Lars and others that have been in Superbike Bs. Also Mark Temple's just another one that quickly come to mind. And yeah, they're just some of those B guys we've been talking about as well. So, you know, they have 20 in actual Superbike class. They only have 8 in this race at the moment. Yes, it is a little bit of a setback for the field, but, you know, that's the attrition rate. That's what goes with their sport. That's what's saying, you know, that, I suppose it reflects a little bit on the drama that we've had and the attrition rates that we've gone along to only have 8 of those 40. You know, we move around the country, so you pick up some local riders at local tracks that just do their local round rather than the whole series as well, but still want to be involved with it. So we come down to this one, and as Brad's been talking about as well, the Dave Sharp points. Now, you know, 3rd place. Look at 3rd place. So you got Mitch and Al. You know, they've been 1 and 2. You won't be disputing that, and if you followed it anyway, you'll say, yeah, they should be 1st and 2nd. But then who was 3rd? For example, we've had Tony Rees. Now, Tony, of course, has only done selected events. As one just skids out on turn 7. That was actually quite nice. I don't see any drama there. The flag marshals are quickly over. Look at the energy that they exhume, and they'll quickly get the bike off the scene. And I think that's I think it's green.
I think it's Dave Sharp, yeah.
Yeah, I think it might have been. Oh, no, that's what we didn't want to see. So the last Superbike race, unsure, and we don't have an opportunity to get a replay of that. That's at a point where we have not got a camera, so we don't get to see who that was. Maybe it will be, in fact, based on the attrition. So we'll just get confirmation. We see it. And just as we were giving rave reviews of all of our next 3, because between Dave and Zach and Tony, they're going to contest it for who we've got. And certainly here, Brett, yeah, in fact, it's the green one that's missing. Green one missing as that top 5 goes through. And there we are again with Al. Al leads it in the front of the moment, ahead of Body Match. The new lap record holder took it away from local star Scott Moyer, and Scott has not had a season to remember. Man, oh man, the Diamond Design race team has really been on the back foot the whole year, and it's just been a whole series of combos. Shout out to the team, you're awesome, loved your hospitality. The hospitality, Brad, that we enjoyed at Teratong was unbelievable, and a massive shout out to Evan, the whole team. You are just fantastic, and all the best, Georgie and the team there, just brilliant. So can't say enough positive things about them. But anyway, here they are. Oh, Dan Nicholson, the Vicious Itch. Where's that? What's the history of that, Brad?
Oh, that's his flat track nickname. He's a superstar, and he'll be getting ready for the North First South Flat Track Challenge. Look out for that to come up in your calendar.
Oh, okay.
So plenty to look out for, and that Diamond Design Pro Moto Yamaha team. What an awesome outfit, and absolutely loving that. So to say if they wrote a book on their championship they've had this year, it'd have 15 odd chapters in it. So it's been an unbelievable tale of up and downs. But to come here, and if Scotty Moir can get on that podium, it's going to be spectacular. So he is in 4th place, but only just Mitchell Reese's dad Tony is the one ahead of him as they go side by side down the back straight. So look out for Scotty Moir. Oh, I think we have saved the best to last, and Scott Moir is looking for podium glory. He's having a great little battle with former long-time rival Tony Rees, and look at that into the flip-flop, almost inseparable. Can we see Scotty Moir go onto the podium for only the 2nd time? He had a trip to the podium in Ruapuna earlier this year, and now we're going to see, so it's been a long time between drinks before Scott Moir has been back on the podium since Ruapuna at round number 3. I think that'll be spectacular if he can get himself in the mix. He's got a long way to go though, 10 laps and a Hall of Fame member in front of him, so he's got his work cut out for him. And also then we look back to 5th place. A shout out to Zach Fuller on that M1 BMW. His debut rookie season in Superbikes, and he has been very, very impressive. And he's looking to try and hang on to that 4NZ, but he's only got a 3-point buffer to Tony Rees. So if Tony finishes up there, he will be 2 positions ahead, and that would maybe be enough, I think, with the gap back there. So Tony might leapfrog into 4NZ if he can hang on to a podium spot. If he drops back, I think Zach might have just enough points, so it's all going to be all on here for the next 10 laps. We've got pretty exciting landscape here. We've got Zach Fuller looking to hang on to 4NZ. Tony Rees is looking to go into 4NZ, and it's all going to find out. There's only going to be a mere single point in it, whichever way it goes, I think, at the moment.
Well, you've got Craig Coleman there on the number 65 bike. Now, that just is not a calculation to be made that you would consider him. You know, one of those next level riders that we've got that is not up there on the podium normally, but I tell you what, he's been there super consistently. So that's how we count them, and so we should do as well. So looking out for Craig, there he is, 6th place and a chance to get up with Superbikes. So nice to see him there on the Suzuki GSXR 1000. He's on the Pro Life medals, About People, Rest to Race Motorcycles, Pirelli Tyres, supported Suzuki 1000. So Clevedon's Craig Coolham, just another one of the cool dudes we've got in our New Zealand Superbike race program. No, not a high profile, although I should say that because the sponsor's Profile Medal, so you can't say not a high profile rider, no pun intended. He is a profile rider because Profile's the sponsor. But anyway, you get the idea. Just a good rider that's been of heart and consistently scoring points, and he's at the moment 6NZ in front of somebody like Scotty Moir. That gives you an idea of the 0 to 0 luck that Scotty has not enjoyed this year at all.
All right, getting excited about this one. Still a massive 9 laps to go. Alistair Hugamusen half a second ahead of Mitch Rees. There's nothing in it as that battle rages on. Then the battle for the podiums is just as good as well, as Tony Rees has 0.1 of a second over Scott Moir in 3rd and 4th. Zach Fuller there in 5th. Then go to Craig Coolham and Graham Jarrett, 6th and 7th place in the DNF for Dave Sharp, who, looking at that, we talked about if he can hang on to 3NZ, but I think he's got the 27 points, the unassailable lead here. So congratulations to KMD Kawasaki's Dave Sharp. What a wonderful summer he's had in locking away that 3NZ in New Zealand Superbike racing. So fantastic, just some of the action we've got, and this is going to be pretty exciting to see this next 8 laps, because it's all there is going to be. When Alistair Hugamusen and Mitch Rees cross the line, there's less than a couple of tenths in it. 2/10 of a second, and they're in the 128, so these guys are absolutely flying. And like we touched on earlier, wouldn't Alistair Hugamusen just love to finish this with a win? It just put all the bad luck and all the drama he's had in the summer all to bed, and they're going at it at the moment. So this is going to be a great little battle in the 128, so they are absolutely going for it. And look at that battle raging on, man. It's been a season to remember for race fans. Probably not a season to remember for Alistair Hugamusen, but if he can win here, I think it'll go a long way to making the beer taste a little bit sweeter tonight.
Yeah, there we go. Some redemption, some good luck, but I just get the idea that Mitch is there. He knows he's close enough. I wouldn't say he's playing with it, far from it, but unfortunately, just things haven't gone right for Al and the team and the bike. Just a whole series of different things. And when you think of what the Yamaha have done with their 600, it's been the complete reverse. They've had two absolutely dominant bikes and taken one NZ and two NZ, but in this one, there just seemed to have been some bad luck. And they're some of the weirdest little things we've heard of, like sensor switches and other things that have gone. Something that could happen to the world's greatest brands and the world's greatest bikes and world's greatest riders, but it just hasn't been Al's year. And one of the nicest guys you'll meet on the pit paddocks, man, his speeches that he does, absolutely sincere, and we love him to bits. The whole Hoogie family, something special, so good to see. Now, the story that we did hear as well is that there was potentially going to be a brother James's bike that was going to make the muster. So
it made it, yeah. They sent it on Monday and it got here by Thursday, so and all the Interol and the Ctas, so it's a backup bike for the weekend. So well, shout out to James. We did a good showing as well. Let's have a look at James in the points. He's 8th in the championship with no Dale Finch and Aaron Scott here this weekend, so he'll be 18Z guaranteed this weekend. So well done to him, and he had a wonderful showing in the South Island leg of this championship. So right now, bro, Alistair is still leading this race. There's only 2/10 of a second between first and second. There's only 1/10 of a second in between third and fourth. We've got some pretty good battles on the horizon, and only 7 laps now to go. And an absolutely thrilling and awesome Superbike Championship we've had. Mitchell Rees, he broke the lap record here today in that first race. That awesome 8-lapper we had, and full credit to that man here. Defended his New Zealand Superbike crown, and just to paint a little picture, this weekend 12 months ago was when he got out of hospital after his raft of different surgeries and the injuries he had and the recovery he's faced in a 12-month period. Absolutely phenomenal, to say the least. So shout out to Mitch Rees. Can he finish this with a flurry? He's won 2 out of 2 so far this weekend. He's pulled up nearly alongside his good mate Alistair Hoogenboozem. They're down at the back straight, but I tell you what, there's going to be a very determined face on that number 43, Mike. Alistair Hoogenboozem. He would love a bit of redemption for that Altherm Window Systems JCA Yamaha team. We're going to find out. We're over halfway through it. There's only now going to be 6 laps to go, and things certainly heating up at the front.
Well, I'll tell you what, the other interesting comment, of course, and we're always delighted. Many of the events that we get a top rider to come and join us here in the box, and one of mine, of course, long-time hero and favourite, Johnny Hepburn. Johnny's been so great on the microphone with years of competition behind him, former New Zealand Superbike champion, 600 champion, 250 champion, and a whole lot of other accolades, of course. New Zealand truck racing champion, New Zealand muscle car champion, and that list is incredible. But long-time sponsor of the sport all round, good guy, but his comments that come along with racing are excellent, and getting Mitch up here in the commentary box was superb. I've got to say as well, love having Damo, brother Damon, when he joined us at Ruapuna to come up and give us expert comments. Brad, there is nothing better than that for these guys. So I was a bit rad before, and I just threw the question out to Mitch and say, of the 3 that we had in the top group of Cormac, along with Jake and Rogan, who of those do you think is the better of this to be a superbike rider? As we realise, Jake has already been there. He's been a superbike rider, but he's now got the 600 ride, and he's taken the victory, so that's paid off for Yamaha. They had a bit of strength at the top of their field, so they've sort of cut it and spread it, and potentially they could have ended up with 2 champions, which would have been great for them. So good move to make there. And then with Cormac coming up, and then looking at somebody like Rogan, and we realise, well, these guys are all good. If you're a top 600 rider, you're going to be a good superbike rider. But the interesting comment was, well, you can't deny the talent that Cormac's got. He must be a future champion. And in Mitch's line, but not next year. I just love that. So he's seeing the potential that we've got in our sport. And these guys here, like, if we'd have said at the start of a season that you're going to have Cormac Buchanan on a superbike and he starts off in 8th place, you'd say, oh, what a great start. And he could be a superbike champion in a year to come. So the reign that these guys have got and the time that they've got in the apex of the sport is short-lived. Hey, you've got to go back to the likes of our hero and Andrew Stroud to look at his 9 titles that he got. Not every year was a winning title. So the portfolio, the presence, the platform that these guys have got in the sport at any one time is very narrow. And look at these 2, just how good are we? Yes, unfortunately it's only 2. If we're watching British Superbikes, World Superbikes, Motor, you get the idea. Other countries would be looking at a lot more depth. Hey, even over in Australia at the moment, there's only actually a handful of riders that are doing most of the winning. The others, yes, they can come through on a day. You can easily take 10 or 12 different riders with a chance to win, but it generally is only 1 or 2 dominant riders. And just look what these 2 particular guys are doing at the moment. And as much as Mitch had the title won last weekend with an entire round, 3 races to spare. It's 75 points on the line. He'd smashed it, but to give you an idea, it's just been like this. These two going and going and going. Mitch Reeves with some good luck, and unfortunately Al Hoogie with some bad luck. So there you go. That's a little bit of the story at the moment. Now, the percentage that I like to make on, and you want to give encouragement to Al Hoogie, that he thinks he's so far away. You are not far away. Look, he's leading. He's led all the way with this. Will he lead at the end? Well, let's fingers crossed for him, and we'll watch out a little bit afterwards. But what the point I'm trying to portray here is that he is, just 0.1% away from being the New Zealand Superbike Road Racing Champion, and do all the work and the preparation. And as Biddle said in the lunchtime debate we had about the future of the series, let us know early what classes are happening and where we're going with the sport and who's going to be in it and what format we've got and where we're going to and what are the dates. And these are all the things that can be outlined, and Al can start tomorrow to become the Superbike champion for next year, because Brad, the difference between them is what, 10 metres?
It's a nanosecond.
It's a nanosecond. Here. So there you go.
All right, 4 laps to go, and a bit of an update. Alistair Hoogenboom still, that is only 0.2 of a second. It has not drifted to more than 0.3 of a second over the last 5 laps. Unbelievable. And then look at the battle in behind them. 3rd and 4th place, Tony Rees and Scott Moyer. Unbelievable. They've been going at it this whole time as well. We'll look at the 5th place of Zach Fuller. I can't speak highly enough of this young man's performance at his debut.
Is that mud in there just being left? Was it?
Yeah, that was mud.
I'll tell you what, he was the salami in the sandwich, because one was on the inside, one was on the outside. Man, oh man, even as fast as he can ride, that'd give you chickens, man. That would absolutely say, well, holy hell, here am I in the race, what am I doing? And Brad, you said at great points before that, Mud supported all of these events and done all the racing. I tell you what, done some mega van driving with the Rees race team as well. But take a look at his bike, folks. Take a close look, those of you here at the track, because it's actually been done as roadkill racing. Now, the words about that long, and the way the graphics have been done, it just looks like Rothman's Honda, and is a real replica of the Freddie Spencer bike of yesteryear and yesterday. So take an opportunity to check it out, because he's one of the characters of the paddock, the all-round good guy. Shout out to his lovely partner Macca as well. They are an incredible team, and they've travelled the country and done so much for our sport. We love having them. Superbike B, yes, it's exactly that. It's the next step, and he's just been there and been there and been there. And but when we get the microphone, Brad, and whip down to the podium afterwards, maybe we can catch him in the shed and do a shout out, because he has been the undisputed king of Super Bs.
Oh, absolutely. And talking to him about a 14 lapper, and he said, yeah, I'm not going to be upset if I get lapped twice. I wouldn't mind doing a 12 lapper. So yeah, just a real legend. Awesome to have Mud out there, and loving it. TSA Al Hoogie leading by 2/10. It's still raging on, and we're going to go for the next 3 laps. Who is going to do it? They're still lapping in the 1:28s with these 11, 12 lap hole tyres. So phenomenal pace at the front. And Tony Rees, the veteran, still doing enough to hang on to 3rd place. It's been unchanged for a handful of laps, but it's going to come down to the crunch. Zach Fuller's still there. Craig Coolham, he's got consistent lap times in those mid 130s as well. There we go with him. And then Graham Jarrett still there on the roadkill racing machine in 7th place, and hopefully everything okay. We're going to give Dave Sharp a big hug and a high five for 3NZ. So he's been awesome this summer. So unfortunately I can't have the send off that we wanted to give him in this final 14 lapper, but a big shout out to that whole KMD Racing Kawasaki team. A shout out to Dale Finch, not taking part in our championship any longer. He had the injury at the 2nd round of this championship. So Mitchell Rees having a little look up the inside. Has he got the job done? I think with 2 laps to go. We've got a new race leader. What a move, but Al comes straight back into the S's and Targies. This is brilliant racing. This is going to be 2 laps to remember, ladies and gentlemen. Mitch Rees, have a look at a turn 4, and that's not going to be quite close enough, but this move surely into turn 4. No, Al just dives across, cuts the line away. That is great defensive riding from Alistair Hoogenboom, and former New Zealand Superbike champion. Look at Mitchell Rees. He's going to have a little look into turn 7. He's not quite close enough to have a look there. But you're going to have to think, surely, Mitchell Rees with that pressure, who's going to respond to the unbelievable, relentless pace? 2 laps to go on a 14 lapper. The tyres will be letting go. The hot sun will be really baking these riders. And this is going to be absolutely frantic. So check it out. The pit wall's starting to come alive with 2 laps to go. And Mitch Rees has just got himself into the fight.
All right, I want to do a shout out for all of our officials, the Orange Army, those of them out there in the sun and the wind doing their all for our sport. When that Dave Sharp incident occurred, mate, those 3 guys were out their blocks. Usain Bolt was running 2nd, I tell you, as the marshals went to the aid. When we had the Jerry take the crash over here on turn 4, they were quickly over to his aid as well. They're an amazing bunch of dedicated people. A lot of them are Auckland Motorcycle Club members, supporters, so they've been to Hampton Downs last week. They've travelled down here at their own expenses. We just think you guys are absolutely awesome. awesome. And we've got the officials behind the scene and the other volunteers and the people that are doing it, and a white flag on the race, and a white flag, and we'll let Brad bring this one home. But I just want to do a quick shout out, and we'll make sure we cover again the Orange Army, the officials behind the scene. Now, I'll give you an idea. We've got Trevor, Chris, Jim, Warren and Paul. Now, the combined experience of these guys in motorcycle sport to run events that's got to be 100 years, right? And that's no offence to those guys. Would be more than, in fact, if we do the maths, it's probably about 130 actually. 130 years combined experience of running top-class motorcycle events in New Zealand. So, Auckland Motorcycle Club, you take a bow. You're absolutely awesome. Cool people, cool club. And to put the double-header together, you were the natural club to be running here in Taupo for all of your experience. So, well done to you. God bless to all of those people. But, Brad, come on, bring them home. Can Mitchell do it? No, more important, can Al do it? Where's the supporters? Al Hergy.
Can he do it? He's only got half a lap to go. He's leading out of turn number 9. They swing it around and fire it down into the top end of the circuit. It's going to be absolutely frantic. Mitchell Rees has tried everything. You cannot deny Al Hoogie this one if he can pull it off. We've got Tony Rees. He's finally broken the challenge of Scott Moyer. He looks pretty comfy to hang on to that podium. He's got half a lap to hang on as we look at them. Out of turn number 11, it's still the Blue Crew. Altherm Window Systems Yamaha. Has Al Hoogie done enough? This will be an absolutely elated feeling. If he can hang on, he's only got a couple of corners to go, and he's into the flip-flop. Corner 12, 13, and then into 14. Mitchell Rees is not close enough. It's going to be Alistair Hugenbosom. If he can hang on to turn 14 and get out of there, this is going to feel good for Blue Crew Yamaha. Alistair Hugenbosom wins for the first time since Teretonga, and Mitchell Rees, he tried absolutely everything. You cannot deny him of that, but he's going to come home from second. And a full congratulations to that man there, defending his New Zealand Superbike Championship. Here is the legend, Tony Rees. 3 trips to the podium for him this weekend. And he will be certainly a Team Rees Honda 1-2 for the overall. He'll be absolutely elated about that. Then Scott Moyer, well done Scotty. Great to have Scotty back in podium contention, although he didn't make the trip there this weekend. A couple of trips to 4th place, and showing him he has still got it, and he is not done for in New Zealand Superbike racing, so that is fantastic. Well done to Zach Fuller. He comes home in 5th place, and I think that will be 5th overall in the championship for him on his debut rookie campaign at New Zealand Superbike level. So well done to that young man. That is pretty special and worthy of a big high five down in pit lane. Craig Coolham out there. He's still in 6th place and on the lead lap as well. So credit to him. There goes Graham, the Mud Jarrett. Hopefully Neil can get a catch up with Mud. That'll be cool to catch up with the man there, our National Superbike B champion for 2023, and look at Craig Coolham there in 6th place. So here we go to Neil. It's going to be pretty cool to watch. This is the New Zealand Superbike Championships. Although the championship was won last weekend by Mitch Rees, it's been a phenomenal campaign by all of the top parties, and we're going to cross down to Neil, who will have the absolute scenes. And well done to Alistair Hugenbosom. What a race win there right at the end of the season, saving his best results for the end. So we'll cross down to Neil, who will have our Superbike podium.
All right. You see the shirt on the back here. Mitch Rees 2023. Oh, brilliant. You see the T-shirt on the man here. Let's folks off the back. Suzuki champion, Grand Prix GP, TT champion, Robert Holden champion, Superbike TT Glory, Jeff Perry Memorial Trophy. It says it all, number 1 NZ. And he, I'm sure, will sit there for an awesome second. So pretty special. Even the lovely Vicky can come in and give that man a congrats. Look at the sweat that pumps. No, he hasn't been to the gym, but he's been to the next best thing about it. 3 times on the podium, Tony. It's no fluke, mate.
Yeah. Actually, I thought it was going to be a fluke then, because I think I had the worst grip I've ever had in my life. Right from the word go, I had no traction. I was out of the seat, I don't know how many times. We just went for the wrong tyre. I think Mitch and I went for the harder compound, thinking the track hadn't warmed up enough, but it was the wrong one, you know. And yeah, right from the word go, I was out of the seat coming onto the back straight, and I was like, I knew Scotty was there, because you can always hear those Yamahas. And so it was just, yeah, he would have been entertained by a few of the slides, I reckon.
Yeah, cheap admission. Hey, you still come back. Hey, you support your team, you support Honda, and you're supporting the sport. Have you done? You're not a legend of our sport and in that to Hall of Fame for nothing. You're still inspired to be out on a racetrack.
Yeah, this is an inspiration for all you old bastards sitting on the couch. Come and have some fun.
Heaven couldn't say it better. Well done. Well, here he was indeed, the singlet, the shirt tells it all. We've had the bomb up here. Here's the number 1. We've got the balloon up to fly. Maybe not quite the perfect finish, but hey, don't let that get in the way of celebrating a great success. Well done, Mitch Rees.
Thanks, Neil. Yeah, just won everything this year. Won every overall. Won the Suzuki Series. Won the Robert Holden, which is pretty awesome to be on the trophy with Dad and Damo. So, yeah, just ticked all the boxes. Won the TT GP. Won everything that I could win, basically. And yeah, just over the moon. Just can't thank my team enough. You know, like the whole crew here, all the boys at work, Colby and Simon, coming down, Kieran, helping putting on our corporate suite today for all our sponsors and all our family and friends and everyone here. So thanks everyone for coming along, and yeah, hopefully that was a bit better of a race. You know, I tried to make it happen, but Al definitely wanted that one. So yep, he deserved that too.
Hey, beautiful words, inspiration, mate, and all of those victories. You know, it'd almost be saying you could do it on a high for the end, but there's still plenty more in it for Mitch Rees, isn't there?
Oh, for sure. You know, obviously it's been a big 12 months. You know, coming back from where I did, and still got a lot of work to go. You know, still got a lot of training and fitness and getting the body. You know, so it doesn't hurt every day when I wake up. If that's a thing. When you're over 30, maybe it doesn't. So.
Mighty Mitchell, let's hear it, folks. Number 1 NZ, Mr. Mitch Rees. What a result. But hey, take nothing away from it, because who's just got the number 1 for the last race to finish on a high? Oh.
And Dave Sharp, congratulations, 3rd, mate.
Yeah, well done. Here. Thank you, Dave. We're just going to start this next one, let the roar get away. But we will carry up with the podium, because we deserve to have a podium. There's a cool class out there at the moment. But let's hear it, number 1 to finish on a high. Let's hear it, Al. Oh, yeah, listen to that. Mate, that was a race you wanted to win. You proved it.
Yeah, we've always gone really well with the last race of the Nationals. We just need to work on it a little bit for next year, but it's the team deserve a win. We've been, again, bagging on about it. It's been a real shit season, to be honest. So to celebrate, and the win really shows the efforts the whole team's put in. And I couldn't let Cormac and Jake go out there and have all the fun and get all on the media without me. So massive congratulations to Mitch and all our champions. Massive congratulations to Cormac. There's been some wicked racing this season. Super happy to finish on a high. I really need it for myself as well. Really looking forward to next year. We'll be back, and hopefully mix it up with some red and green. And like Mitch said, well done to Dave and the new Cowie team. There's 1, 2, 3 different manufacturers in the Superbike podium, so it's been a long time that I can remember that's happened. So the season's really improving, and there's a lot of us that want to do some big changes coming up, so stay tuned, and the season's only going to get better.
Woohoo! What a finale, what a speech, and well done. Dave Sharp, where are you? Where's Dave? Come on, we can't go away. Let's hear it, come on, Dave. Yes, well done. Oh, listen to that, Dave. Oh, it didn't quite end perfectly, but mate, you put in some great races. Let's go all the way back to Ruapuna. That podium was something special, wasn't it?
Yeah, that first one was pretty amazing, very unexpected. But yeah, we kind of put a really good effort together, and it sort of had all of our ducks in a row to prepare for the wet race. So very unexpected, and that kind of just started a bit of an upwards trend for us. So not so great to end it on a with a crash, but you can't win them all. And I did try. Zach was on fire, and trying to go with him was tough. So no regrets. Glad I tried it, and yeah, we'll come back stronger next year.
Well done, and to that KMD team, take a bow. Thank you for raising the standard of our sport, KMD. We really appreciate it here. Thank you, guys. You've helped to raise the sport, and long may it continue. Get Ashton and Dale, smack on the hand, Neil. Dale back, and we'll love you forever. Well done, well done. And Superbike B, where is he? Mud's over here. Superbike B champion. Yeah, listen to it. Oh-ho! More fans than Jacinda. He's done extremely. Oh, I'm worried. I'm running for the cover. Mud, you had some fun this year?
Yeah, heaps of fun, man. It was my first time doing this. I'm a bit nervous, but no, it was awesome. And hopefully me doing this sort of will get some more club guys and weekend guys just come out and have a go, man.
Weekend
it ain't that scary, eh?
It ain't that scary? No. But apparently you didn't like a 14 lap. You wanted to be lapped twice so you could do 12. Is that the story?
Yeah, that was the plan, but no, managed to only get lapped once, which is a bit disappointing, but it's pretty long. But no, seriously, to all the club guys and the weekend guys that think about doing it, just come and have a go, man. It's awesome fun. It's a great bunch of people.
And the applause you got was well deserved, mate. Congratulations. You're Superbike B champion for Mud. Well done, Mr. Graham Jarrett. Congratulations. Back to you, Brad. Thank you.
Oh, brilliant. What scenes down there. Fabulous to see. And we're straight into this one here. So Super Sport 300, the 9